Hi, it's Ashley Rhianne. Thank you so much for coming back to my prenatal series. I am a Vancouver-based Pilates instructor. I'm also a professional belly dancer and teacher, and I'm also 22 and a half weeks pregnant. It's going by very fast. I had my last series of prenatal workouts, I think when I was around like 17, 18 weeks. Things are progressing pretty well. I'm staying pretty healthy and staying pretty active. And I wanted to do a Pilates workout for you today, focusing a bit more on the legs and the glutes. So you don't need anything. You can just use your body and your mat. However, if there is a prop that you want to incorporate, such as weights, resistance bands, a TheraBand, you can pause the video and go and grab that now. If you want to grab some pillows for some support for your neck or for your legs at any point, you can go and grab those as well. We are going to just keep focusing on adding in a little bit of core as well. So even though this is a bit more kind of leg and glute specific workout, it is still really important for you to keep working your core, because as you know, with like labor and delivery, and then of course a postpartum period of our transition, we need to keep really strong and active and keep things connected. So we're not going to be working anything down kind of our six-pack line, our rectus sheath, but we are going to be doing some transverse abdominis work. So the transverse abdominis, of course, is that deep layer of abdominal muscle that wraps around our torso, and also we're going to be doing a little bit of oblique. So it's important to kind of keep active and putting that into your workouts if you can. We're just going to start seated. So just find yourself in a really nice, easy sit. If this is comfortable for you, you can sit cross-legged. You can, of course, open up if your bellies are a little bit bigger. If this doesn't work for you, you can find yourself in a bit more of like an open leg rocker style pose here. And then, of course, if you want to have pillows supporting the legs, just to allow those legs to open and be relaxed. So please feel free to grab those. I'm going to start here. And what I would like us to do is just to find your sit bones. So kind of just wiggle around. If you need to pull your muscle out from underneath to find those sit bones, please feel free. I want you to really feel really stable on the tripod of that pelvis. So we've got our pubic bone here and our sit bone here. So we've got a really nice triangle here for your weight distribution. It's going to really help us here to engage the pelvic floor. It just really helps support everything. If we're kind of hanging out behind our sit bones or tilted kind of in front, kind of more on the pubic bone side, we're not going to be able to engage the pelvic floor effectively. Of course, we work through those motions through exercise, but in terms of just like a nice resting kind of balanced position, let's find that really nice pelvic triangle. And all we're going to do is breathe. So Pilates breathing is one of our essential components of our practice, especially the further along through pregnancy that we move. We really start to get into the chest with our breathing, and we want to really keep breathing through our ribs and also maintaining that really nice loose belly so that we can kind of get that really nice full expansion through the entire kind of chest and torso line. As the baby kind of gets bigger and the belly kind of comes up higher, we can start to feel a little bit constricted. And so just focusing on these side rib movements can just really help. Breathing is really important as well for labor, but it also really kind of stimulates that parasympathetic nervous system to really kind of bring our stress levels down. So, we have, some battles ahead of us for sure. And so it's just really good to kind of be able to cue into that breathing pattern and to cool everything down. So if you want to take your hands on your ribs, you can feel the ribs expanding when you're breathing. Another nice way for you to do this is in a nice side lying position. So just having your head on a pillow and just lying down with your knees bent, and you can kind of get into that kind of lateral rib expansion that way. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Feel those ribs expand. And on the exhale, we're going to blow out through pursed lips, and we're going to actively kind of promote that pelvic floor drawing up and in, kind of like a tissue coming out of a box. And we're going to blow out with pursed lips. Take a nice deep breath in. Feel that pelvic floor really drop. The ribs expand, the belly expands. And exhale. pelvic floor draws up and in, really active it. So that's going to activate the transverse abdominis right when you kind of grab on to that pelvic floor. Inhale, let everything go. Feel that pelvic floor dropping down. And on the exhale, drawing the pelvic floor up and in. Transverse abdominis starts to engage and we blow out. Let's do 2 more. And last time. Good. That should make you feel nice and relaxed. So that's something that you should incorporate a couple times a day if you can. Sometimes it's nice to do it in the morning, just because you're in bed, you're very relaxed, and it's kind of a nice way to kind of just get things going. That gentle gathering and that kind of drawing up and in of the pelvic floor is just really helpful, but we also want to focus on that relaxation component as much as we are that contraction drawing up. So just remembering when we take a nice deep breath in, our diaphragm and our pelvic floor, they do actually drop to create space. And so, you know, you can kind of picture that pelvic floor almost like an elevator. So you're starting from bottom, you know, the basement with it being really relaxed. And then as you draw up and in, you know, it's moving up 3 floors or 5 floors or however many floors you want to work with. We're going to come into a mermaid just to start, to kind of open up again a little bit more through those ribs. So again, totally up to you what you want to do with your legs. If you want to keep them crossed, please feel free. The traditional kind of sit is this kind of the Z sit, so with one leg in front and then the other leg turned out to the side. So we're getting a little bit of that internal, external rotation through the hips. As we become more pregnant, this might not be the best position for your body. So again, just feel free. And then the other option is that you can actually take it to a side, kind of a side stance here. But I'm going to actually work in this position right now. This feels actually all right for me today. And let's take our left hand and just pop our left hand down towards the ground. We're going to take a nice deep breath in without lifting up that shoulder. We're going to keep that scapula nice and long. We're going to reach that right arm up. Hopefully you can see my arm. And on the exhale, before we do anything, we're going to draw those left ribs to hips. And we're going to come into a side bend. We're going to bend into that left arm a little bit. Now we're going to look straight ahead, right underneath that arm. Now inhale, I want you to scoop the lower belly, scoop the pelvic floor to come up through center. And then on the exhale, we're going to do a reciprocal side bend. So close those right ribs to hips. Feel this side lengthening as this side is contracting. We're going to inhale, left hand returns down, right arm's going to float up. Exhale, we're going to bend over towards the side. Again, feeling that nice little activation. You can always walk your hand out a little bit further if you want a little bit more of that kind of downward and in kind of movement. Inhale, scooping through the belly, coming right through center. And on the exhale, we're going to side bend to the opposite way. And let's do one more. We're going to inhale. And exhale. Now from here, we're going to take this top arm and we're just going to rotate. So we're going to actually start the rotation through the torso and the arm is just going to rotate towards the floor. So think about pulling those back ribs, those left ribs towards the back. And let's inhale so that we're in that side bend. And exhale, we're leading with those left ribs towards the floor. Gentle bit of rotation, a little bit of work in the core and those obliques. And exhale. Beautiful. Inhale and exhale through center. Let's inhale to the opposite way and exhale. Find that beautiful side bend. Let's hold it here for 3 and 2 and a 1. Beautiful. Coming up. Let's change legs. If you are in that Z sit position, you might find that one side works better than the other. I'm a little bit tighter on this side. I'm also dealing with a foot injury, so this, my whole left side is a little bit out of sorts at the moment. But We will continue. Let's take the right hand towards the floor. Again, let's find whatever position is nice for you. I like to start with my fingertips on the floor first, just so I can kind of see where I'm at. So without raising that left shoulder, we take a nice deep breath in. Think about growing long right from that pubic bone all the way to that breastbone, out the crown of the head. And on the exhale, draw those right ribs to hips. We find that beautiful side bend, bending into that right arm, stretching through the left side. Inhale. And exhale to the opposite direction. And inhale right through center. And exhale, side bend. And inhale through center. And exhale. So every time we do this, let's try to get a little bit deeper. Great. And inhale. And we're going to stay here. And we're going to find that side bend. Now from here with the right ribs, we're going to inhale. We're going to gently pull those right ribs to the wall behind us. And exhale, we find center. Inhale towards the back wall. And exhale, back into that side bend one last time. Beautiful, coming all the way up. And let's do that nice little side bend. Hold it here for 3. Hold it here for 2, and hold it here for 1, and gently pulling up through those lower abdominals, stacking the spine, coming all the way up. Beautiful. From here, we are going to work a little bit on that core. So we are just going to rotate. What's really nice here, if you do have a prop, is if you have like a blue ball, like one of the Pilates balls, or like a pillow or something, you can pop that between your knees, just so it gets, your inner thigh line and also your pelvic floor engaged. It's a really nice place to work. If you don't have it, I don't have one today, but don't worry about it. It's just another option if you'd like it. So we're going to start with our feet on the floor, and we're going to have them, whatever's a comfortable distance for you. If your belly is a little bit bigger, you can roll it out a bit more to the side, and you can do a slight little external rotation just so that we can accommodate that bump. I'm going to work a little bit more here. And again, let's find those sit bones. So you might need to pull that muscle out. And we are going to start with our arms just right in front. And actually, since we're here, let's just do a little bit of scapular work. We're going to inhale. We're going to slide those arms forward, trying to touch that wall in front of us. And on the exhale, we're going to pull the shoulder blades back, really opening through that chest. We inhale, slide those arms open to the front. And exhale, pull those arms back, opening through the chest, long collarbone. Inhale, slide it forward. And exhale. And last time to inhale and exhale, slide it back. Let's find our easy neutral, so it's kind of in between that protracted state and that retracted state. We're going to sit up nice and tall. We're going to work with some spinal articulation through the pelvis and the lower back. When we roll back, we're not going to hinge back. It's too much pressure on our abdominals, especially now that we're pregnant. I want us to focus on kind of lengthening that tailbone, scooping through the pubic bone, and we're going to be rolling back. So it's almost like the pelvis is tucking underneath us and rolling away, and we're opening that space between our legs and our body. If you are experiencing some tailbone sensitivity, I've been kind of having some, SI problems and a little bit of tailbone sensitivity. You can fold up that mat to kind of have a bit more padding. I'm going to give it a go first and see where I'm at today, but if you want to just take that moment, if you know that's something you've been experiencing, please feel free. All right, we're going to stack up nice and tall. Connect all 10 toes to the floor. Shoulders in that nice, easy neutral. Take a nice deep breath in. And on the exhale, we're going to start by pulling the pubic bone up towards the nose. We're going to find ourselves behind those sit bones. We're going to draw those ribs together, and we're going to start to roll away from those legs. Keep pulling the pubic bone up towards the nose as we scoop the belly underneath us. Hold it here. Take that nice deep breath in. And on the exhale, we're just going to reverse. So we're going to think about coming forward. So we're going to gently kind of unfurl that tailbone, unfurl the pelvis, and coming up to stack. We're going to inhale to prepare, and exhale, start by pulling the belly in. Think about shining that sit bones towards those heels, tucking through the tailbone, and the pubic bone is continuously tilting towards the nose. Take that nice deep breath in. Make sure you tuck that chin. And exhale, we come forward and up. Inhale to grow tall. Exhale, tuck. We roll back. We're going to inhale to stay. And exhale to come forward and up. Let's do 2 more and we're going to stay back. Inhale to stay. And exhale, coming forward and up. Last time. We're going to hold out here. From here, we're going to focus on those obliques. So we're going to rotate towards that right corner of the room. Exhale, center. Inhale towards the left corner of the room. Stay connected through the feet. Exhale, center. Inhale to the right. Exhale, center. Inhale to the left. Our eyes are following our hands. Exhale, center. 2 more. So if you did want to add weights, this would be a really good place for you to add some light hand weights. I wouldn't go more than like 5 pounds. Like 2 or 3 would be ideal. Take that nice deep breath in, and then exhale, coming all the way up. Let's just do a really nice little forward drape. Lovely. Take a nice deep breath in to stack. Arms out in front, shoulder blades are back, and exhale, we tuck and we roll. This time, we're gonna have the palms facing the floor. We're gonna bend that right elbow. We're gonna inhale. We're gonna rotate the torso towards that back arm as we stretch the left arm in front, and exhale, front. Inhale, so we're staying in that half roll back position here. This is a really nice version of bow and arrow. So again, having hand weights here would just add a little bit more of that resistance, and you probably would be able to get just a little bit deeper into that core. Let's do 1 more. And last time. Let's hold it here. For 3, let's roll back a little bit further. For 2, and for 1. Inhale. Exhale, coming all the way forward. Allow those feet to fall open. And let's just come into a really gentle forward fold here. All right, we're going to come into standing. So let's stand up. All right, we are going to go into our standing squat series. Are you ready? We're going to be doing a few different exercises. I am, again, dealing with a foot injury. I've got really bad plantar fasciitis, so it's pretty taped right now. So I'm not going to be doing things as deep as I would normally. So again, just work with whatever you feel comfortable with. This is a really nice place if you do want to grab resistance bands, if you do want to have that Pilates ball or even light hand weights. This is a really great place for you to incorporate that if you like a little bit of an extra challenge. I'm just going solo, just with myself, so that's enough for me today. So what we're going to do is we are going to start in our squat position. So again, depending on the size of your bump, depending on the size of, just your hips and kind of, your knee strength and quad strength, this position is going to be a little bit different from everybody. Typically for women, we have a little bit more of a kind of a heart-shaped or a little bit more of a flared pelvis. So we don't tend to stand in a parallel position. We have a really slight rotation, and it's very slight. It's just to accommodate those kind of wider hips. Of course, as we move through pregnancy, our bones and our pelvis are going to start to widen, and so this position actually just feels really good and really comfortable. And I like to have them just kind of on the outside of my sit bones. And so from here, what I would like you to do is shift your weight towards those heels. You should be able to pick up all 10 toes when you're squatting. We are not bending the knees forward, so it's not like we're praying. It's literally like we're sitting down. So it's a very functional movement. Obviously, we sit down when we get into our car, when we're, at work, when we're driving, when we're going to the toilet. So this is a very functional position for us to really maintain. Also in labor, we want to build up the strength in our legs so that we can actually use the squatting position as a form of a part of the delivery process. So shift the weight to the heels, shine all 10 toes up towards the ceiling. With our hands, let's just bring our hands in front of our chest. So we're going to have a nice closed kinetic chain here. We're going to press those hands together. And I want us to roll the shoulder blades back, but draw those ribs towards each other just so that we're not popping through the core here, so that we're keeping the abdominal line nice and strong. We're going to take a nice deep breath in. And on the exhale, we're going to first kind of just bend the knees send the weight towards those heels. Keep the chest lifted, however, and we're gonna sit back. We're just gonna hold this for a moment. Now from here, I want you to scoop that lower belly. So pull the belly button. Imagine drawing that baby kind of up and in. Press those hands together. You can shine all 10 toes up towards the ceiling just to make sure that you are weighted. And you should feel a heaviness in your hamstrings and in those glutes. Take a nice deep breath in, firing through your feet. Exhale, standing all the way up. Inhale, we're gonna bend down. Exhale, standing up. So you can play with this. You might find that the more we do this, the more kind of further down you can go. Just making sure that as you bend, you're not dropping the chest. I do get short of breath fairly easily. So if you hear me kind of gasping a little bit or kind of see me a little bit winded, it's just part of the process. You know how it goes. So we've got 5 firing through, and 4, we're gonna add the arm shortly, and 3, using that breath, 2, and a 1. Beautiful. We're gonna keep the hands in front as we squat. Exhale, we're gonna press. So when we press, I want us to actively push the arms back. So it's like we're pushing like a 10-pound weight, so that we're getting into that muscle energy. We're really firing through the upper body, and it's almost like a plank position. The ribs are drawing together. We're really squeezing the glutes, pressing the hip bones forward at the top. We've got 8 and 7. Make any adjustments as you need. 6 and 5, 4 and 3 and 2. Heart rate's probably climbing a little bit. And 1. Quick little release. Shake out those legs. Take a nice full deep breath in, remembering that lateral rib expansion. And exhale. And deep breath in. And exhale. Lovely. We're going to come back to that squatting position. Take that nice deep breath in. Find your toes, find your heels, and exhale. We're going to sit back. Beautiful job. Now, we're going to have an imaginary book on our head. We're going to shift our weight over towards the left. Now, if you need to hold on to a wall, hold on to a table, a chair, whatever, you can move the mat closer to that. We are going to use the lower belly, and we're just going to float that right leg off the floor. You can do a toe touch here as well if you like. We're going to hold it. We've got 8, 7, squeeze those arms together, 6 and 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Without coming up, we're going to find our foot, right foot on the floor. We're going to do a slow, smooth transition. I'm just going to adjust my foot slightly. Weight that leg. Pull that belly button up and in. The baby's pulling up towards you. And we're going to hold and float. We have 8 and 7, 6 and 5, 4, 3, good for your balance, 2, and again, shift, glide, weight, pull that foot up. We're going to dip down and up an inch, down an inch, up an inch, down an inch, up an inch, down, and up. We have 5, we have 4, we have 3, and 2, and we have 1. Slide across, weight that right leg, spread all 5 toes, lower belly lifts. We have down an inch and up, down and up, down, up. We have 5, we have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Find that left foot, stay nice and low. Making sure that the knees are opening in line of those toes. We come down and up, down and up, down and up, down and up. We have 5. We have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming all the way up. Good work. Shake out those legs. That's one of my favorite squat series. It gets everything going pretty fast. We are going to go now into our plie squats. So we're going to change the angle of our legs entirely. So you're going to open your legs pretty wide, wider than you think, okay? So you think about your heels are almost on the outside of the shoulder line. From your leg bones, from your femurs, we want to think about them opening back in the socket so that we're rotating right through those inner thighs. So we're feeling that really nice engagement in those inner thighs, pelvic floor. Your knees should open in line of the kind of second and third toe. So your toes are roughly at like 10 and 2 on a clock. From here, we're going to pull that pubic bone up slightly, tuck the tail, and then with the ribs, we want to just extend from the breastbone to that pubic bone and draw those ribs together, okay? We're going to start with those arms nice and long out to our side, kind of in like a jumping jack position. Again, if you want to add weights here, this is a really great place to add weights. We're going to plie down, so we're going to inhale. Feel the weight right between those legs, and then exhale, pressing through, especially the pinky toes, stand up. Inhale to bend, exhale, extend. Inhale to bend, exhale to extend. Lovely. We've got 8. We've got 7. We've got 6. We've got 5. Shoulders are down. 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. We're going to leave those arms out by side. Little pulses down. We have 8. 7. 6. And 5. Keep scanning that body. 4. 3, 2, and 1. Coming up, down for 2, 3, and 4. You're doing great. And 5, 6, and 7. Hold it down, pulsing down. We have 8, 7, 6, and 5, 4. We have one last set. 3, 2, last set. Coming up and down for 2, and 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold it down, pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. We're staying down. Right heel lifts and press. Left heel lifts and presses. Right and left and right and left. 2 more. Right and left. Last time. Right. Last set of pulses. We have 8, 7, lower, 6, and 5. Legs are screaming. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming all the way up. Roll those shoulders. You should feel that in your shoulders as much as your legs. And let's just kick your bum. Shake your legs out. Excellent work. We're going back down to the floor. All right, so we're going to finish the last bit of our work on our mat. So we're going to be doing everything else kind of in like a seated or in a kneeling position. So the standing work is all done. So we are going to start with a really fun exercise that I really love. It's really good for the quads. It's good for the hamstrings and the glutes. And then also it does incorporate a little bit of core because we're going to be kind of in like almost like a plank position. For me, I like to fold my mat over just because for my knees. If you need to work with a pillow or something underneath your knees, please feel free to grab that. And we are going to start in a kneeling position. This again is a great place for that Pilates ball or for hand weights if you do want to keep those by your side to incorporate. please feel free. From here, we're just going to come into a nice kneeling position. I'm going to actually just tuck my toes under just because I'm trying to kind of work through the arches of my feet. You can keep them flat, so just feel free. As pregnancy progresses, we start to kind of getting a bit more fluid buildup in the feet. So changing your feet position is actually quite nice because it kind of just helps keep things moving in terms of fluid. So we are going to find ourselves into a little bit of a stacked kneeling position here. So we want to feel everything kind of engaged. So don't kind of play it safe and kind of hang out behind the knees. Think about bringing the crown of the head directly on top of those knees, just so that we're in that really nice long line position. From this position, we're gonna feel the glutes kind of kick in, the hamstrings kick in. We're gonna feel the lower belly to help kind of stabilize us from falling forward. Okay, let's draw those ribs together. And then let's slightly just tuck that chin back, and don't draw the chin to chest. Think about just kind of pressing back so you get a little bit of a double chin. It's not the most flattering, but it's just you, so it's okay. We're gonna have the arms right out front, and I call them like our zombie arms. Now from here, we're not changing the angle of the body. We're just gonna be coming back. We're gonna inhale, we're gonna hinge back. So as we hinge, we're gonna weight up into our quads, and we're basically in a plank position here. Again, our chin is moving with us. We're feeling a strong connection. Don't send the bum back. Keep that bum pressing forward. Scoop to that belly, and then exhale, we come all the way up. Inhale, we hinge. Exhale, fire up for 2. We have 8 of these. For 3. For 4, 4 more, halfway. And 6, 2 more. And 7, last time. Beautiful, and 8. Hands come to the back of the head. Opening the elbows to 45 degrees, reestablish that nice connection. Pubic bone is up, scooping through those glutes. From here, pull the belly button in. We're gonna hinge the hips, send the hips right over those heels. I'm gonna flatten my feet here actually. And exhale, press it up. So we're doing again, coming into a bit of a kneeling position. For 2. Feel the weight in those hips. Exhale, press it up for 3. 4. 5, 6, 7, last time, and 8. Let's come back into our knee, our little fall back. We're gonna do 1 fall back. Coming up, hands behind the head, we hinge. And press. I'm gonna try this with my feet flat now, let's see. Hinge and press. We lean back, come forward. We hinge and press. 2 more sets. Last time. And let's hold it here. Press for 5. Press for 4. 3. And 2. And a 1. Beauty, coming all the way back down. Excellent. All right, from here, we are going to come and just lay on our backs. So through pregnancy, it's not recommended for us to spend extended periods of time lying on our back. It just puts a lot of pressure on our organs, a lot of pressure on our feet. But you can work on it a little bit, and the further along you go, you can just progress or modify, as much as you need. You can also play around with stacking up more pillows so that you keep your upper body a little bit more upright. So just work with whatever is best for you and your body and where you're at. For me, I'm still okay to lie on my back, so I'm going down. All right. So to come down safely is we can come to our side, and then from here we can just find that gentle kind of roll onto our back and just let everything settle. We are going to start with our hands just down by our sides, and we're going to find what's called a neutral position. So with pregnancy, quite often as the weight in front increases, we start to kind of have a bit more of a lordosis in our lower back. So our lower back starts to kind of almost arch forward a little bit, and it puts a lot of pressure on that back. So lying down can really kind of help to find that really nice neutral space. It's again really nice if you have that ball, you can slightly deflate it just so it's a little bit flatter, and you can kind of work a little bit in this position here. So we're gonna have our hands down by our side, a little bit of pressure. We're gonna let the chest fall open slightly. This might feel like a really nice stretch. Feet are in line with those sit bones. And we're gonna try to look kind of over the belly, kind of over towards the knees. From here, we're going to take a nice deep breath in. We're going to zip up through the pelvic floor, pull the pubic bone up towards the nose, feel that back, just kind of press gently on that floor, and then on the exhale, you're going to release. Inhale, think about it like a zipper. So we're kind of pulling that zipper of some really tight pair of pants so that you're kind of getting to that nice tilted position, and exhale to release. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, and exhale. And last time. And exhale. Beautiful. We're going to inhale. We're going to again come into that nice little zipper position. And on the exhale, firing through the feet, keep zipping through that front line as we press into our bridge. Draw those ribs together. Fire through those glutes. Press through all 10 toes. We're inhale to stay. No pressure on the neck. And on the exhale, we're going to bend that spot between the shoulder blades first and ripple that spine. So all the way through the mid-back, lower back, through the pelvis, coming back to neutral. Inhale, slide those sit bones towards those heels, tuck that pelvic floor, that pubic bone. Exhale, press to the feet. We roll all the way up. We inhale to stay. To progress, we can just bend our elbows, and exhale, bend between the shoulder blades, tuck through the entire spine, vertebra by vertebra, through that long spine. Release at the bottom. Inhale, find the imprint, tuck. Exhale, press to the feet. We lift all the way up. Inhale to stay. And exhale, coming all the way down. Beautiful job. Let's do one more for good measure. Let's inhale, tuck, and exhale. We roll all the way up. Now we're going to keep those hips up. So think about keep opening through those hip bones, the hip flexors. We're going to spread all 10 toes, keeping those toes connected. We're going to lift that right heel, drop the right heel down. Left heel lifts and drops. Right, and if you want to draw those arms up towards the ceiling. And right, and left, and right, and left. Let's do one more. Right, and left. Beautiful. Take a nice deep breath in. We're going to soften between the shoulder blade, ripple all the way back down. Hands come down. Let's draw those knees in towards the chest, and we can just rock side to side. Beautiful work. All right, we're going to transition. So we're going to roll onto our sides. We're going to find ourselves into a bit of a supported position with the elbows. So we're going to come. The hands are going to be down by the hips, and the elbows are on the floor. And from here, just make sure that your chest is not sagging down. We want to actively pop that chest up. Chin is up. Feet are nice and rooted. Draw those ribs together. We're going to take a nice deep breath in. And on the exhale, firing through the glutes, we're going to press up. Inhale, we bend down. Exhale to press it up. Now I'm going to walk my feet just a little bit further away, just so I feel a little bit constricted. So you can kind of just keep making those changes as you need to. Bend down, fire up. Let's do 2 more. We're in that neutral spine here, so we're not trying to tuck through that pelvic floor anymore. Beautiful. From here, we're gonna gently come up. We can move our hands either from facing our toes out to the corners of the room, or you can have them out to the side, whatever is best for your shoulder. I'm gonna try actually just a little bit of an angle here. And let's roll the shoulder blades back. Let's find the feet. Let's find kind of all 4 points of the palm of the hand. Scoop those ribs together, fire through the feet. We take a nice deep breath in. And on the exhale, we press those hips up, finding that tabletop. Inhale, bend at the hips, send the hips down towards the floor. Exhale to press it up. Inhale to bend, exhale to press. We have 5. We have 4. We have 3. We have 2. We're gonna stay up. We're gonna weight the right leg. We're gonna keep those hips lifted, bend the left knee in and down. Minimal weight shift, right knee floats up and down. Left and down and right and down and left and down and right. One more time. And left and down and right and down. Let's come all the way down gently. Let's shake out those wrists. If you're dealing with any carpal tunnel or anything, you might need to modify that. But yeah, another good exercise to fire up that core. From here, we're going to transition on to all fours. And we are just going to keep those feet flat. We're gonna find that really nice kind of easy neutral in the shoulders. Pull the belly button and that baby in away from your t-shirt. Rotate those hands so that they're facing in. We're gonna take a nice deep breath in. Staying connected to the floor, we're gonna press back into those hips. Exhale, sliding forward or moving kind of cat-cow. Inhale to press back. Exhale to press forward. We've got 5. We've got 4. We've got 3. We've got 2. Last time. And we've got 1. Beautiful job. We are going to just walk our left leg a little bit closer in towards the midline. We are going to draw the shoulder blades down, push ourselves away from the floor. We are going to float that right knee up. We're going to keep pressing into that left hand to keep our weight nice and distributed across that midline. We're going to draw that right knee in and then extend that right leg away. Try to draw that hip bone to face the floor. Inhale, use your lower abs to pull in. Exhale to press. So again, depending on the size of your belly, that's going to depend on how kind of far you can pull that knee in. I want us to really focus on the lower abs here and then the glute and the hamstring squeeze here. We've got 3. We've got 2. And we've got 1. We're going to leave that leg extended. We're going to bring that left hand out in front, thumb facing that ceiling, pressing into that right hand for some stability. We're going to lift and touch. 2 and touch. 3. Keep scooping the belly. There should be no doming happening in those abdominals. If this is too much, if you're feeling too much pressure, you can either just do the arm here, moving right from that scapula, or you can do the leg, whatever is best for you, okay? Let's do 3. Let's do 2. And let's do 1. Left hand comes down. We're gonna bend that right knee, find our balance, and from here, we're gonna press it up and down. 2 and down. 3 and 4. 4 more. 5 and 6 and 7 last time. And 8. Let's bring it down. We're gonna swap. We're gonna slide that left leg nice and long just to find that balance first. All right, good. So we're gonna float that left knee in. We're gonna draw it towards the belly. Exhale, we're gonna press. The first couple might just be a little bit slower, just so that you can kind of find that balance point. Making sure that we're pressing into that left hand so that we're not sitting in that right leg or that right hip. Let's do 3 more for 3. For 2. We're gonna hold that leg nice and straight. Slide that right arm out, palm facing up. Keep that scapula nice and down the back. We lift and touch. For 2. Try not to hinge at the hips. We don't want to get the back involved. So we want to really isolate from that glute line, from that scapula line. For 2. Last time. And 1. I always find these very hard. Let's bend that knee. Keep it lifted. We're going to stamp that ceiling for 8. Push away from the floor. 7. 6. And 5. Good work. For 4. For 3. For 2. And for 1. Let's open those knees nice and wide. And let's find ourselves into a really gentle kind of shell stretch, cat pose, or you can come into a child's pose, whatever's best for you. Slowing down that breathing. And let's do one more nice deep breath in. And exhale. Beautiful. From here, we're just going to round up. And my friends, you are done. Let's just take this moment to just do a nice little bit of spinal rotation, just so that we can kind of just shake out any tension. Let's take our right hand to our left knee, sitting up nice and tall through the midline. And on the exhale, gentle twist. Inhale through center, exhale to twist. Let's bring our hands to our knees. We're going to take a nice deep breath and we're going to tip that pelvis forward. We're going to reach up, lift the chin, shine the chest forward, and scoop the belly, sit behind the sit bones, and round back. Inhale through center, up. Exhale, scoop and round. Let's do one more time. And exhale. Beautiful job. Thank you so much. I hope that was a good workout. I'm pretty sweaty. So I got my glow on for sure. I'd love it if you could like and subscribe to my channel, like the video, share with a friend. If there's anything else that you want to see, please comment below. Like I said, I'm 22 and a half weeks, so I've still got some time to make some more videos. So if there is something that you want to see in particular, please feel free and send me a message. I hope that your pregnancy journey goes well. I hope that you are able to keep working out with me, and I want to hear your feedback. Have a really great day. Take care. Thank you.